Most people believe loneliness begins when nobody is around, but that's not where it starts. Loneliness begins long before that. It begins with a story we've been hearing since childhood, a story where somebody arrives and changes everything. The perfect friend, the perfect partner, the perfect mentor, the person who finally understands us. Movies tell this story. Books tell this story. Social media tells this story. And after hearing it enough times, we start believing it. We start believing that happiness is waiting somewhere in the future, that fulfillment belongs to someone we haven't met yet, that our life cannot truly begin until somebody else walks into it. So we wait. We wait for the right relationship, the right friendship, the right opportunity, the right person. And while we wait, something dangerous happens. We slowly surrender responsibility for our own lives, because the moment you believe someone else must save you, you stop believing in your ability to save yourself. The truth is painful. Nobody is coming to rescue you. Nobody is coming to complete you. Nobody is coming to write your story. That responsibility has always belonged to you. Yet most people never realize this. Instead, they begin building fantasies, imaginary friendships, imaginary futures, imaginary versions of how life should unfold. And when reality refuses to follow the script, they feel disappointed. Not because reality betrayed them, but because reality never agreed to play the role they assigned to it. And that disappointment creates a deeper problem, a problem far more dangerous than being alone. Because now, in the pursuit of acceptance, people start changing who they are. Since childhood, we've learned that fitting in is rewarded. The child who acts differently is called strange. The person who stands alone is called a weirdo. The one who refuses to follow the crowd becomes the outsider. So we adapt. We say yes when we want to say no. We laugh when nothing is funny. We dress the way others expect. We hide opinions. We silence desires. We become experts at giving people what they want. Little by little, we create a version of ourselves designed for approval. A version that is easier to like, easier to accept, easier to fit in. But every compromise comes with a cost, because every step toward becoming someone else is a step away from becoming yourself. At first, you don't notice it. The changes seem small, harmless, necessary even. But years later, something feels wrong. You look around. You have friends. You have conversations. You have people in your life. Yet somehow, you still feel empty. Still feel disconnected. Still feel alone. Why? Because loneliness is not the absence of people. It's the absence of yourself. The real tragedy is not being rejected by others. The real tragedy is abandoning yourself in order to be accepted. Many people spend years trying to become the person everyone loves, only to discover they no longer know who they are. And that is the deepest form of loneliness, not sitting alone in a room, but sitting alone with yourself and realizing you no longer recognize the person you've become. Perhaps that's why so many people fear solitude, because silence removes distractions, and in that silence, the questions return. What do I actually want? What do I truly believe? Who am I when nobody is watching? The answers are uncomfortable, but they are also where freedom begins. Because the moment you stop waiting for someone to save you, and the moment you stop pretending to be someone else, you begin the journey back to yourself. And that journey changes everything. But if loneliness is really the loss of yourself, then how do you find yourself again?